Welcome to Brain Secrets in the Age of the Brain. The science of brain function is uncovering amazing informational bits about the human brain. I like to call them brain secrets, and I love to share them. Questions are a great way to do this. Asia Hudson, assistant producer of Brain Secrets, along with videographer Grant Gilmore, have been collecting more questions. Let's see what they have. Well, Asia, welcome to Brain Secrets.
Thank you so much for having me again.
I've been looking forward to this. You know, of everything I do, I'm having the most fun with this stuff. I love to answer questions and to just have people on the street asking questions challenges my brain and it keeps it alive and stimulated, and I'm just having fun. And every time you're on this side of the camera, it's even more fun.
I'm having a great time too, because you and I, we've worked a lot together and done a lot of different projects. And this is by far my favorite. It gives me time to get out of my little editing hole and get out of my shell and go in the street and meet people. And I'm so excited every time we do it.
And we make a good team because our brains do different things. I could not do what you're doing. So I honor the fact that that you're doing it out there.
Thank you. It does take a lot, a little bit of a lot.
So every venue is different. You know, literally, the culture's different, the people are different, the weather is different. What was it like this time?
So there's going to be a big surprise where we're at. I don't think you'd ever have guessed where we're going in this episode. And where we went, I was kind of nervous about whether or not people are going to want to talk to me because the culture is so well known, throughout our country, the culture of this city. And I was like, are people going to stop? And the first person I asked stopped. And that really just set the tone for the rest of the night for me to just continue getting out of my shell.
It absolutely would.
So I'm excited for you to see it.
Good. So how many questions did you get?
9 questions.
9?
I know.
Questions for one program?
For one program. But if they weren't all good, I would not have put them all in there. They're great.
Oh, Grant. Goodness, 9 questions. How soon are you going to be ready to roll them?
We got them ready to roll.
All right, let's do it. Oh, this is New York. It looks so familiar.
Hey y'all, my name is Asia Corinne and welcome to Ask Dr. Taylor, where we take to the streets and ask random people questions about brain function. And then we take those questions and send them back to the desk of our world-renowned brain function specialist, Dr. Arlene Taylor. Tonight, we are in the city that never sleeps. We are in New York City. We are in New York. So hopefully we get a lot of people to stop. Like I always mention, culture is different everywhere you go. As you can see, I have my mask on my face. It's because it's a little bit chilly out here, and I will be using it to warm up my nose. Okay, so let's get it started and see if the people that are always on the go want to stop for a second and talk to us. Here we go. Hey ladies, can I ask you a quick question? Awesome. All right, here we go. We got our first ones. Okay, the question is, if you could ask a brain function specialist a question about brain function, what would you ask her?
Brain function.
Yeah, brain function specialist.
Okay, what triggers people to black out, I guess, and just flip from, I think that's what I would ask. I don't know.
Like out of rage or drunkenness?
Out of rage.
Oh, that's a great question. Okay, Dr. Taylor, what causes people to black out of rage and see red, right?
Yeah, see red, actually. Yes, absolutely.
That's a great question.
It is a great question. Anger is what we call a protective emotion, designed to alert you to imminent danger. The term seeing red describes a person who becomes so enraged that the emotion of anger controls them. If the individual gets angry enough to seriously raise their blood pressure, the person may even rupture a blood vessel in the eye and see through their own blood, describing their visual field as being tinged with a pink haze or seeing red. Blacking out from rage? Beliefs are all over the map on that one. Running from the rage being primarily brought about by a lack of impulse control to dissociation, a mental condition in which traumatized individuals literally dissociate, typically when under extreme threat and perhaps rage. The good news is that anger does not need to control your brain. With professional support and a solid self-care plan, as well as other strategies, it is possible to learn to manage anger.
Hey, anybody else?
Jasmine,
I got a question.
I'm not speaking English.
Okay, that's okay. No, thank you. Okay, strong start. Very strong start. Solid question. Hey, y'all, can I ask you a quick question? You sure? All right. We're starting off strong. Usually the rejection gets to me, but because the first person I asked was like, yeah, let's do it, now I have the energy to keep going. I have my own personal question, Dr. Taylor, and the question is, how does, let's just say the cold, not necessarily extreme cold, but 50 degree to 40 degree weather affect your brain function at all? Because I feel my nose getting really cold, and sometimes it's hard for me to think when I'm thinking about how cold my nose is. So how does cold temperatures affect our brain function? Does it slow things down, synapses and stuff? I don't know. You should know. Here we go. We'll hear about it when we see you in person. But until then, let's get some more street questions.
Extreme cold can cause hypothermia, which can lead to confusion and disorientation. It can also cause headaches, increase stress levels, and irritate damaged nerves. In one study on the impact to males of exposure to cold on working memory and executive functions, researchers found a decline in test results when the subjects were exposed to 50 degrees Fahrenheit, or 10 degrees Celsius, and these impairments persisted for 1 hour during the rewarming period. Synapses involve a space between the neurons across which neurotransmitters carry information. I know of no studies that impact temperature on this space, but time will tell. A classroom set at 72 degrees Fahrenheit has been shown to be the ideal temperature for achieving the best results in students.
Hey, y'all, can I ask you a quick question?
No, sorry.
Okay, thank you. New York, staying true to form. People have places to go. Don't get offended, though, Asia.
Good girl.
New York is full of very important people doing very important things. All right, here we go. Hey, y'all, can I ask you a quick question? All right. The question is, hi. If you could ask a brain function specialist any question about brain function, what would you ask her?
Oh, okay. My grandma passed away from Alzheimer's. So I guess I would say, like, how can they tell, like, how early it develops and, like, I don't know, like the process of it. I know a lot of people don't know a lot about it, but I'm curious, like, if it's hereditary, should I be, like, worried about it, something like that. So.
Hey, awesome question. Sorry to hear about your grandma.
Well, Alzheimer's disease is the most common dementia, according to the Alzheimer's Association, and it can develop without any family history. Those who do have a parent or sibling with Alzheimer's have an increased risk, but not inevitability. When diseases like Alzheimer's tend to run in families, Either genetics, hereditary factors, environmental factors, or both may play a role. Risk genes, such as APOE, are found in approximately 40 to 65% of people who are diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. Scientists have also found rare determination genes that account for about 1% or less of Alzheimer's cases. They cause an early onset form in which symptoms usually develop between a person's age of 40 and mid-50s. Worry is unhelpful for brain function, so avoiding worry is a good idea. Another good idea is to live the healthiest lifestyle possible, as even if Alzheimer's does develop in later life, its progression may be much slower.
How are you? I love your whole vibe. You have like a really great energy. Yeah, now I'm feeling great. Okay. Your energy has made me feel great. All right. So the question is, if you could ask a brain function specialist a question about brain function, anything that has to do with the brain, what would you ask her?
Oh my God, that's a very tough question.
A lot of people say that. It is a tough question.
I would ask, how do you avoid that sadness?
How do you avoid sadness?
Yes.
That is a good question.
I don't know. That was a tough question. Like that was.
Great question.
It is a great question. Sadness is one of the 3 protective emotions, and it is designed to help you identify a loss and recover from it. That is a healthy form of sadness. It is an unhealthy state when or if sadness becomes a habit, because a person feels helpless or hopeless. I always encourage people in that type of situation to get professional help, and sooner is better than later, because the brain and body function better when the person's living in a state of joy and gratitude. Bottom line, allow sadness to help you grieve when you have experienced a loss, and get help if it has become a habit because you feel hopeless and helpless.
Do I speak Spanish? No, I don't. You can ask a question in Spanish and you can translate it.
¿Qué usted le preguntaría a su cerebro?
A mi cerebro.
A cualquier cerebro.
Ya, que por qué soy tan linda.
Why she's so cute?
Okay, that's a good
Grant,
question. I have that same question.
I think I must have misunderstood that question.
All right, awesome. Thank you.
Will you run it back and just let me hear that one question again?
We're running it back right now.
Cerebro.
A cualquier cerebro.
Ya, que por qué soy tan linda.
Why she's so cute?
Okay, that's a good question. I have that same question. I'm trying to get cute like this. Okay?
Well, that is a cute question. Why am I so cute? Growing up, were you told that you were cute, or is that your own opinion? Cute is the proverbial roll of the genetic dice. Some cute parents have cute kids and some don't. Some ordinary parents have cute kids and some don't. Cute really is a perception in the eye of the beholder. Personality can override both cute and not cute and tends to last longer. There are at least 3 types of cute, by the way. There's cute in a pretty or endearing way, like a cute puppy. Cute in a sexually attractive way, like a cute guy or girl. And cute in a cunning or self-seeking style that might prompt another person to say, "Don't be cute with me." And my brain's opinion is that a good personality can override both cute and not cute, and it tends to last longer.
Okay, hi. So the question is, if you could ask a brain function specialist a question about brain function, anything about how your mind works, what would you ask her?
Oh my God. How do I pay attention in school? That's how do I get myself to focus?
Awesome. Okay. Okay. What kind of problems are you having focusing?
I don't know, focusing on homework. Yeah.
It's hard to focus on.
A lot, because it's a lot. I have a lot.
All right. How do you focus on managing a lot of homework, and how do you focus on homework?
Yeah.
All right. Awesome question. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye. That was so cute.
That is a good question. Admittedly, it's always easier to pay attention when you are interested in the subject and when the teacher has an interesting presentation style. All I know to do, and I've had a lot of practice, is to create a mindset that says, you are listening carefully. When your mind begins to drift, bring it back on target. That is a learned skill that can be honed through practice. For me, taking notes helps. Getting enough sleep, as it is brutal trying to stay focused when your brain is exhausted. How do you focus on managing a lot of homework? Well, get a can-do mindset. Tell your brain, if it were me, Arlene, you are finishing your homework. And picture in your mind's eye the finished stack of homework and smile in anticipation. Get up and walk around every 30 minutes for at least 2 minutes. You may need to drink a glass of water, too, for brain energy. Start with the hardest subject and end with the easiest when your brain is less energetic. If your mind begins to drift off, bring it back on task. Many others have done it, so can you.
Wow. Okay. So Dr. Taylor, people are a lot friendlier than not that I didn't think that New Yorkers were friendly, but it's more like they always got some place to be. And that's kind of what the city is known for, is people that just go and they don't really stop. And so it's been very nice, and it's just been like a nice warm hug in this cold, cold weather to have so many people stop and want to ask us questions. Question is, if you could ask a brain function specialist a question about brain function, what would you ask her?
Why can't I ask a better question right now? How about that? Yeah.
That's actually a good question. So kind of like
On the spot.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, absolutely. Like, under pressure, why can't I think of a better question in the moment? Like, is it my anxiety? What's going on right now?
that is a really great question.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, I'm really excited to have her answer that one. Nice.
Well, according to Dr. Lazarus, stress occurs when an individual brain feels like the expectations or demands exceed the personal and social resources it's able to mobilize. This stress can cause a paralyzing anxiety that interferes with the higher executive functions of the brain. At times, this can lead to the brain going blank, such as during a major exam or an unexpected question. Relax. Perhaps chuckle. Tell your brain, Jack or Jill, you're doing this. Often, your brain will respond.
Do you want to follow it up?
Yes,
Let's try it. Let's try it.
Yeah.
All right, why am I working the jobs I work when I have the same brain as every other human?
Okay.
Oh my goodness. First, you do not have the same brain as everybody else, never mind anyone else, because each brain on planet Earth is unique. Second, I wonder if you came from an environment that emphasized learning information that would open up other avenues of employment to you, or if you've taken the initiative to do so. Decide what you would rather be doing. Identify the minimum qualifications for those jobs. Then decide if you want to pursue meeting those qualifications so you would be eligible for hire. That's what I did. I know this is the 21st century. However, in my maternal family line, I am only a second-generation female college graduate and the only one who earned a PhD. So go after what you want. Where there's a will, there is a way.
And that wraps it up for another episode of Ask Dr. Taylor, where we take to the streets and ask random people questions about brain function. We got so many great questions. Tonight was New York, day one, and we had so many people who were into talking to us and asking us questions. It made me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. I hope that you enjoyed all these questions, Dr. Taylor. I am dying to hear your answers, and we will see you soon.
Well, that was an adventure.
Surprise.
I know it was a surprise. And it's a long way away from California.
Mm-hmm.
New York. I have lots of memories from New York, Asia. My first real boyfriend at college came from Brooklyn.
Wow.
And he had still some Brooklyn accent. And so I have a soft spot in my heart for the Big Apple.
Love that. And I'm hoping that, we added to that soft spot by getting all these phenomenal questions.
So in this episode, did you have a favorite question this time?
I had a few favorite questions. I really liked the first question that the lady asked where she says, blacking out from rage, like what's going on there? That's an awesome question. And then when the lady asked, why is she so cute? Because I was like, that's not brain function, girl, but it was still so good. I loved it.
It is brain function. It's her brain function and her perception of herself.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of a fun one for me to answer.
I'm so happy about that one. And I loved the dynamic between her and her son, where she wanted to ask a question, but I didn't speak Spanish, so he stepped in to translate. I loved that entire exchange.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks again for another wonderful episode, Asia.
Of course.
I'm looking forward to the next one already.
All right, awesome.
And thank you, our viewers, for watching. I really enjoy sharing information about the brain, because the more you know about the brain, where everything begins, the better you can use it by design. That's another brain secret.